Of the year for his efforts in football and wrestling. He's now a man known for something a little bit different, and he's a man of worldwide fame, a man who's hosted the Monsters in the Morning for the last 30 years. Please give it up for our next inductee, the best dressed man in the building tonight, Russ Rollins.
For me, this is like the Oscars. Thank you so much for being here. I gotta thank my beautiful wife for putting up with me. I gotta thank my sister, I love you, Carla, for being here. My mom is here. My beautiful friends. We have the valedictorian of 1983, Julia Carpenter here, who came to support me. That is so sweet of you. And I'm gonna get to my brothers here in a minute, but I want to hold this like an Oscar. Listen, the judge, smart man, he had a lot of very nice, like long notes. I got like bullet points, very short bullet points, but this is super important to me, and I couldn't figure out why. And by the end of this, I think I figured out why it's super important to me, but I had 3 questions that people were asking me on the radio show about this. Number 1 question is, what are you gonna wear? And I'll be honest, I went out and bought a gray suit, and don't tell Mary Ellen, cost $550. I had a really nice gray suit, and I put it on Facebook, and people were like, that's not, gray suit, what are you doing? So then I got a picture of a red suit, and I put them both up, and for whatever reason, some stuff I put up nobody cares about. This, I had thousands of opinions of what suit to wear, gray or red, gray or red. And most people said, because it's Edgewater High School and there are respectable people that are going to be inducted, like judges and lawyers and attorneys and like people who are serious. If you look at the photos up there, I'm the only one in a leather kiss jacket. Like everybody else is super important, right? So, you know, most people said, people that respect me or nice to me, they said, wear the gray, Russ, wear the gray. You know, be respectful to the process, for God's sake. And then the people that really know me, the people that know me really well, they were, man, you gotta wear the red suit. What are you doing? I mean, you gotta wear the red suit. So I was going back and forth. I had already purchased the $500 gray suit. And what I do every day is I have to get up at 3 in the morning. I say have to. I love my job. I love what I do. But I get up at 3 in the morning. I get to work at about 5. And every morning at 5, I get out and I look up and I look for the moon. Now, I'm not a person that believes in going to cemeteries or graveyards or whatever. My dad sees me in the moon when I get to work. So I got out and I get up every time the moon's there. I'm like, hey Dad, how you doing? And I walk into work. This time, about a month ago, I walked out and I said, hey Dad, should I wear the gray suit or the red suit? Now, that row that knows my dad knows exactly why I'm sporting the red suit today. So that's the first reason. That's the reason I'm wearing the red suit. The next question I got from people was, Russ, what took so long? It's 40 years. Why did it take them so long to put you in the Edgewater High School Hall of Fame? And I'm like, I don't know. I've been, listen, to be honest with you, I've been thinking about it a lot. I'm sort of crazy. I haven't told everybody this, but I always would think about, why am I not in the Hall of Fame yet? You know, and my buddy Bo is here, and we'll talk about Bo in a second, but when we first started radio, we were able to get a law passed. And the law is on the books to this day. And if there is a child molester that has, on their second offense, chemical castration could be administered to this child molester, and that's because we got 100,000 signatures signed. Me and Bo flew up to Tallahassee, Capitol Hill, got this law passed, and that's passed because of us. And at that time, I thought, well, the Edgewater High School Hall of Fame should be calling now. They did not. I'm like, okay, I gotta keep trying, right? So today is the 25-year anniversary of Columbine. After that, kind of as a joke, we did a radio bit, and and at the same time, kids were fighting each other and beating each other up for Air Jordans. So as a joke, I was like, hey, why don't we go down to OBT and tell people, listen, if you turn in a gun, we'll give you a pair of Air Jordans. I didn't think anyone would show up. We had 20 guns that were taken off the street that day from this radio bit. Problem was, Orange County Sheriff's Department did not think that was funny and did not like the bit. But then after that, we started working with the Orange County Sheriff's Department, and to this day, I was told just the other day, because we started this buyback program and it spread around the country, over 50,000 unwanted guns are off the street because of a silly joke I came up with 25 years ago. So I was like, okay, that should get me to the Edgewater High School Hall of Fame. They never called. Nobody ever said anything. I mean, we tried. I got to wrestle. This for some people. My wrestling coach is here, so he will think this is silly. But for me, this was a big deal. I got to wrestle and be the tag team partner of Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, in downtown. Right? That's cool, right? Downtown Orlando, over 10,000 people were there, and I thought after that, Edgewater High School should be called me for nothing. I've written a book. I've had 2 graphic novels. I even recorded an album where I wrote everything, sang it. It's terrible, but still, I thought I would get a call. So what happens is I'm at an event where I have my own whiskey, and I'm giving samples of whiskey, and this very nice gentleman comes up. And Jason is here, I believe. Where's Jason at? Jason's in the back. Jason Middleton. And I'm sitting there talking to him, and as I'm talking to Jason, he mentions that his kids go to Edgewater High School. I'm like, that's awesome. I was like, I went to Edgewater High School too. And he's like, I'm on the Edgewater High School board for the Hall of Fame. And I'm like, you are? And he said, yes, I am. This is a true story, by the way. And he said, yes, I am. And I said, really? He goes, why? First thing he asked me, why are you not in the Hall of Fame? And I said, Jason, I don't know, I barely think about that. I have no idea. Is that what I said? I said, I don't think about that kind of stuff, Jason. Thank you for submitting my name. I do appreciate it. And another last thing, and I won't take up any more time or whatever, but the last thing is when I talked about this on the radio, it's amazing how many people did not like their experience in their high school. Because it was amazing to me how many people were like, why do you care if your high school give you some silly honor 40 years later? And I'm like, I don't know, but it's really important to me. My name has been entered for the Radio Hall of Fame. If I win that, it will not be bigger than this for me. And I'm like, why is that? I worked my tail off in radio, and why is this so important to me? And I figured it out. I went to counseling, but I figured it out. And here's why. And you guys that are here know, Mark Leyland, Bo the Big Man Rose, Tony and Rihanna, people that, and my mom and my sister. Here's why. At that time in my life, it was only 3 years of 60 years, right? Only 3 years. In that time, my friends they were our family. My mom and dad were the best mom and dad ever. And my friends were their parents. My parents were their parents. And they would come and spend the night, spend the week, spend the month, and it didn't matter. My mom and dad were their mom and dad. And those times at Edgewater, it was hyper family. It was hyper love. And my mom will tell you, after we graduated, they were kind of sad because, friends left, they all had stuff to do, we all had lives to live or whatever. But the time at Edgewater was nothing but love and happiness, and it was when my family was the strongest. So, this is the biggest honor for me, and all of you being here is just amazing, and I can't thank you enough. And thank you to everybody, and thank you to my Bo and all the guys I love, Scotty York for coming, everybody. Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.